everybody, Bobby here, the Geek Guru. Geek definitely, Guru, But anyway, today I wanted to talk about Amiibos. I've been reading a lot on the internet and paying attention to what a lot of people are saying, and they're going back and they're acting like the Wii U when the Wii U was announced. They're playing dumb, they're acting like they don't know what's going on, and they have no clue about what's going on with the Amiibos. When the Nintendo Wii U first came out, the same thing. Everybody was acting like, well, is it a console? Is it a peripheral for the console, for the regular Wii? Is it? And they just played dumb. When Nintendo basically came out and said what it was, they didn't give exact final details, but that's Nintendo. Nintendo's not going to lay all their cards out on the table because they like to tinker and tweak things right up into the final end of things. So anyway, what is Amiibo? Amiibo is basically similar to the Disney Infinity line and the Skylanders line, which is basically a toy. When you use Disney Infinity, what you do is you would take Sully here and put him onto a circular disc, which is hooked up with a USB port into the Wii U, Xbox, or PlayStation. You plug it in, and then what happens is Sully shows up in the game. And when Sully shows up in the game, you can actually use him to play as a character. It's only certain games. Like, he can only be used in the Monsters, Inc. world, or in the free roaming sandbox world. Same thing, like you have a Lone Ranger set and all that. So they sell these toys, they're about $12 a piece. And there's information on the bottom that basically tells the system you have Sully. Nintendo is coming out with Amiibos, which are Nintendo characters that are similar. And then what you would do is, you would take your Wii U gamepad, and see this little square here, or rectangular here? That has NFC built into it, Near Field Communication Systems. Which, basically what you would do is you would take your character, you would drop them down onto the gamepad, and then at that point the Wii U would grab the information that is going from the character to the gamepad, send it to the system. So where's the confusion? The confusion is, when you buy a Skylanders game, when you buy a Disney Infinity game, when you buy those games, you're getting the games and you're taking those characters and you're dropping them into that game. Nintendo, being Nintendo, and doing things differently than anybody else, they're using them as something different. There's not a specific game that is created for the Amiibos. So what that means is basically you can buy the Mario character, the Link character, Samus, Villager, all the different characters, and you can start using them with Smash Brothers. How does it work? Well, basically, like I showed you, you drop it on the gamepad, your character shows up in the game. Now, you can fight against the character, you can train the character, similar to, like I said in a previous video, what I like to view it as is Pokemon. You capture a Pokemon, you take them around, you train them, you get stronger, bigger, badder. Then guess what? You take that Pokemon, you go play with your friends, and you fight against each other with it. Same thing. You're going to take your Amiibo to all your friends' house, and you're going to train this Amiibo to be strong. And then basically you're going to just take him to your friend's house, and your friends can compete against him. Their Amiibos can challenge each other, or you guys can tag up and do team battles. The Amiibos can also be used in the other multiple games that are within Smash Brothers. You can use them as like an additional player. So that's kind of cool to me. I think that's kind of a neat idea. The other thing is they've already announced it. Link can go into Hyrule Warriors. What exactly Link does in Hyrule Warriors, Nintendo hasn't said. They're basically just talking about the one game that's basically coming out. Now, there was a leak. We get leaks all the time. But there's a leak that's basically saying that there's an update coming next week. When that update comes next week, what that's going to allow you to do is you're going to be able to take your Amiibos, put them in. The update is for Mario Kart 8. You can basically, at that point, take your Mii character and dress them up like your favorite Nintendo character. So if my favorite character is Samus, if she's my favorite character, I can take this particular Amiibo, plug it in, and I get to dress up as Samus while I'm driving in Mario Kart. It has all the different characters. Now, For people that are like, well, there's no reason for me to care about this, more power to you. If you don't care about it, then no big deal. It's nothing to worry about. If you don't own Disney Infinities, you don't own Skylanders, the odds are this isn't going to appeal to you. But for me, I collect statues. These things are basically mini statues, and I'm cool with that. I have a game room upstairs where I fully intend on displaying similar to what I have down here in my back cave. I'm going to basically take them, put them on display, good to go. By the way, guess what? Bonus, if I decide I want to use them to play in the games, I can use them to play in the games. Now, follow me here, because this is what I'm going with this. Disney Infinity has a game built specifically for their characters. Skylanders has a game built specifically for their action figures. Nintendo, you have a franchise that basically could do the same thing with this. And what is that? That is Animal Crossing. So what I feel you need to do is one of two things. One, because the Amiibos are going to be effective with the 3DS as well as the Wii U, then what you need to do is you need to take New Leaf and open it up to an update that allows people to use their Amiibos on that. But I don't think that New Leaf can handle that, and I don't think that the 3DS is going to be capable of doing that kind of update to the game to be substantial enough. So, what I would love to see is a Wii U version of Animal Crossing. You've already got that Animal Crossing channel, which basically you've created all the characters in more of a high definition mode. And it's a dumb channel. Seriously, I love you, Nintendo, but there was really no point of that channel. I understand what you were trying to do. You were trying to take the popularity of Animal Crossing New Leaf, integrate it into the Wii U that was struggling at the time. But for me, you put out a Wii U game of Animal Crossing. And basically what I feel is you take that Amiibo, the Link, the Samus, the Wii Fit Trainer, all these different characters, and what I feel you should do is implement them into the game. Basically what my idea is, you would take the Amiibo, you would plop it down on the controller, and then at that point there's information that Nintendo would have stored within the Amiibos. That information would be hats, clothes, maybe a character that comes to town and dresses like that particular Amiibo. Or, what if you have furniture themed after that Amiibo? So, we've already got Nintendo collections within Animal Crossing. So why not take it a step further? Why not say, hey, listen, you like Luigi? Here's a Luigi Amiibo. By the way, here's a Luigi couch. Or a Luigi TV. Something like that. Let's take it a step further. Now, as things progress and the Amiibos start to sell, why not say, hey, here's a Tom Nook Amiibo. And we're going to basically plop Tom Nook down. And what that happens to do is if you buy that Tom Nook Amiibo, you get different supplies to build onto your house. So you can change your house differently than Joe Schmo that just owns the game. Someone comes to my town and they're like, hey, how did you get that awning? Or how did you get that type of roof? I got the Amiibo. I got the Tom Nook Amiibo. Let's take it one more step further. KK Slider comes to town every Saturday night. Why not, if you get the KK Slider one, there's extra songs in the KK Slider Amiibo that you can't get from playing the game normal. This could go on. You could do this all across the board and really seriously open it up to some amazing things. Me personally, I think that it's a great maneuver. It's a game that's set up for it. They already did this back in the GameCube version. I don't know how many people followed Animal Crossing that long ago. The GameCube version, you basically had a cable that could connect the Game Boy Advance to the GameCube, and they came out with an e-card reader. So what would happen is you would go to the mall, go to whatever store, buy these e-cards that were Animal Crossing, swipe them through, the information would go into the Game Boy Advance, shoot into the GameCube, and what that did was it unlocked Nintendo games, NES games. They were basically giving you the retro old school games before retro was a big thing. Before the whole retro phase of people enjoying video games and all that was a big to-do. So that's why a lot of people got hooked on Animal Crossing in the beginning, was because, hey, I can play Mario Bros. I can play Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. I can play all these different games that are old school that I love in this. I feel like that's where it really turns it up a notch and really gets interesting on how things are going to turn out. So enough of the nonsense, people. Enough of the what is the Amiibo, what's it going to do, this, that, the other. It's ripe for the picking. There's a lot of different opportunities here for this Amiibo. The consistency of people just playing dumb is just, you look dumb. Did Nintendo come out from start to beginning and say this is exactly what Amiibos were? No, but you know what they said? Here's Smash Brothers. The Amiibos work with it. This is what it does. More power to you. Go have fun with it. Now, if you're the type of person that goes, that's not enough for me, then don't buy them. Nobody's forcing you to buy these things. Go out and enjoy them. If you can't enjoy it and you don't have something to do with them, then forget about it. And for people to sit there and go, what is it? What is it? What is it? You know what? If you haven't figured it out by now of what it is for you, then don't buy it. It's that simple. But to sit there and keep harping on it and telling people and trying to confuse people, it's real simple. Don't talk about it. Don't buy it. It's done. It's over with. You don't need it, obviously. So it doesn't appeal to you for Smash. So wait until something comes along that appeals to you. Otherwise, there's no point having the thing. That's all for today. Thank you guys for watching. It means the world that you guys continue to watch and subscribe and all that stuff. So while you're at it, please, if you're new, click the subscribe button, tap the like button. You can also follow me on a few different social media networks. We got Twitter, @TheGeekGurus. We got Instagram. You can check out some cool pictures I put up of my statues as I buy them. @TheGeekGurus for there as well. Facebook.com/@TheGeekGurus. That's all for now. Thank you guys. Peace, mother.